Psychological factors. Psychological factors can have a positive and/or negative effect on a sports person's performance. The more motivated a person is, the harder they will work, whereas the less motivated a person is, the less they will work. A person can be motivated in two ways: intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation means that you take part in sport because it makes you excited, because you love it, it helps you feel good about yourself, and you make friends and you enjoy keeping fit. Whereas extrinsic motivation means you are taking part in sport because of external factors, such as the money you might win or the trophies and medals you could gain. Intrinsic motivation is the more beneficial motivation to have for long life participation in sport. Boredom. This makes you totally uninterested in what you have to do. You won't even want to try, and you will lose concentration very quickly. Boredom can occur if you're losing really badly in a game, or if teammates are not playing well, and especially if you do not like a sport. Anxiety and stress can be a good thing or a bad thing. Some players respond to being tense in a positive way, and they play better, whereas other players can become too nervous to play, and their performance will decrease. Anxiety and stress can occur if you are approaching a big match day and you're worried about performing in front of thousands of people. Maybe you're worried about the pressure that you might be put under. You might be worried about people watching you. Anxiety and stress can cause players to be physically sick or faint, and sometimes people need the toilet more often than normal. Aggression. There are two types of aggression: direct and indirect. Direct aggression is suitable for contact sports such as rugby, or sports where you're inflicting damage on your opponents in order to win, like boxing. Rules are in place, however, to safeguard players in order to minimise any permanent damage. Indirect aggression. This is when a player directs their aggression on an object, such as a tennis ball in tennis. There is no physical contact, and it is a safe release of pent-up aggression. Feedback. A person can receive feedback about their performance in a game or match from two sources: an internal or an external source. Internal feedback. This is the feedback you get from yourself. You know when you're successful because of how it felt when you performed. For example, if you did a somersault in trampolining, you will know if you're successful if you landed on your feet. External feedback. This is feedback you get from an external source, either from your coach telling you how well you did, or watching your performance back on a DVD, or sometimes by the knowledge of your performance. For example, if you're a shooter in netball and you shoot for the net 5 times, and you missed all 5 of them, then you know your performance needs improvement. Feedback is really important because you cannot learn and improve without it. Introvert and extrovert. An introvert is a person who is very shy. They need lower arousal levels. They perform better at individual sports or sports where they can control the environment, such as golf. An extrovert is a person who is very outgoing. They need high arousal levels to perform. They prefer team sports such as hockey and rugby.